10:22 a.m. Hong Kong time. We continue making our turn toward the east at a heading of 81 degrees now, so it should be shortly that we will reach our northernmost point of the flight. I see what could be, that looks like land out in the distance. Yes, coming up on our right will be Spitsbergen / Svalbard. We are presently 166 miles from Longyearbyen, the main village in Svalbard, which is a territory of Norway, and I believe is the northernmost inhabited place on Earth. That is southern Svalbard we're looking at. You can see the mountains coming out of the sea. The southwest coast of Svalbard is 42 miles from our current location. Not sure if we are going to make a big enough turn to pass over Svalbard. However, we may pass over it from the north. If we do make a turn on the north side of Svalbard, I will have a great view here on the right side of the aircraft. Sorry, I had my map turned around the wrong direction. We are off the northwest coast of Svalbard, so what I am looking at in the distance there, that is the northwest coast of Svalbard. And that coastline is 38 miles away. Our heading is now 85 degrees, just barely toward the northeast, almost due east now. So once we finish the turn east toward 90 degrees due east, then that will probably be the start of our turn to the southeast and bring us to our highest northerly latitude. Presently 80 degrees, 24 minutes, 36 seconds. Fascinating to see the Arctic Ocean down here with lots of breakup. In fact, it looks like almost like there are rivers running through the ice pack here. course to go over northeast Svalbard. That would be amazing if we did that. Unfortunately, it looks like a lot of clouds off to the right side where I am, so I don't know if the clouds are hugging the land and if we'll be able to see anything, but it is crystal clear here. I tell you, we are cruising along. You know, my GPS says 31,300 feet. I'm trying to see what the flight computer display on the in-flight entertainment system says, because they've been off by a little while. But anyway, we're more than 30,000 feet in the air, and looking down at the Arctic Ocean here, I mean, it does not feel at all like we are at that altitude. This seems like we're about 5,000 or 7,000 feet. I mean, the views are just incredible here. Heading is now 89 degrees, so we are almost done with our complete turn to the east. We are still gaining a slight amount of latitude, however, 80 degrees, 26 minutes, 15 seconds. And I think this may be our most northerly point. Heading is now 90 degrees due east. Can take a look at my cell phone map here, Svalbard, and you can see our direction now is due east. I assume we will fly due east for a certain amount of time and then start turning to the southeast. We should have land coming into view on the right side now. Only 5.2 miles, and yep, here it is. I see it. First spotting of land ever in Svalbard. An island right here of Svalbard we are passing by right now. Actually, I think that may be a peninsula. The island was a little bit behind us, and we should be crossing over what looks like the northernmost point of mainland Svalbard. There are a couple of offshore islands, but you can definitely make out the cliffs down there amongst all the snow and the frozen ocean. It doesn't look like much, but that is land, and we are directly overhead of it right now. Trying to see if there are any glaciers in view, but it looks like the snow cover is so thick that you can barely make out that there's any land down there. There is on the map a massive glacier 12 miles out to our south, but I cannot make it out. And our latitude is decreasing now. 80 degrees, 25 minutes, 25 seconds north. Heading is now 93 degrees. So we are no longer moving north. We are due east now with 3 degrees to the south. So that completes the northern part of our journey. Did not quite make it to 81 degrees like the flight did yesterday, but still pretty cool. First time in my life that I've been over 80 degrees north or south. We are so far north now, we appear to be in the area of 24-hour daylight. My phone GPS is indicating the sun rises at 6:34 p.m. and sets at 6:34 p.m. That is Hong Kong time. I'm not sure what time Svalbard is, although we can see another piece of land sticking out here. We've picked up some speed, 606 miles per hour. 95 degree heading, so we keep making very slight turns toward the east and now toward the south. You can see we are still higher than 80 degrees north latitude. We've made our way to 22 degrees east. So if we assume Svalbard is on the same time zone as Norway, which would be GMT plus 2. GMT time is 2:40, so it would be 4:40 a.m. local time right now here in Svalbard, if that is the correct time zone. .40 in the morning, bright daylight. And then I don't even know how you can list a sunrise and sunset time if it's 24-hour daylight. But I'm trying to see what they list as the sunrise and sunset time would be. So my phone is set on Hong Kong time right now, which is GMT plus 8. So assuming Svalbard is GMT plus 2, that's a 6-hour difference. I don't know, it doesn't make a lot of sense. If it's .34 p.m. sunrise sunset and subtract 6 hours, that would make it 12:34 p.m. sunrise and sunset. So I don't know, that number just seems made up. I mean, I don't quite understand it. It looks like low clouds down there. I don't think that is snow we're looking at. I believe those are clouds, although you can see another small piece of land down there. I'll toggle back to my map here. Okay, yes, we are continuing along the north coast of what looks like the second largest island of Svalbard. If you take a look at the map here, this is Longyearbyen, the major town and perhaps the only town. I don't know if there are other permanent settlements in Svalbard. We're now 191 miles northeast of Longyearbyen, so we have the main island here, and then this is the second largest island that we are cruising along here. And it looks like from the coast here, 6.7 miles offshore. but there's just too many clouds. You really can't see anything. So it was interesting because we had totally clear skies back over the Arctic Ocean as we approached Svalbard. So from where we are to the south coast of this island, it is 69 miles. So it's about 62 miles north to south. I mean, that's a decent sized island, a lot bigger than many of the Caribbean islands that I was just on. Coast of the northeast island of Svalbard / Spitsbergen is now kind of curving to the southeast, so we are now 10 miles offshore, and if we get any other views I will pick up the video then. We're still above 80 degrees north, 80 degrees and 19 minutes. So that's pretty cool to have crossed the 80-degree mark on Earth. Not too many people ever get to do that. Curious here what the latitude is of Longyearbyen. 78 degrees, 13 minutes and 11 seconds. We're now passing a small island of Svalbard. You could just barely see the brown rock down there amongst all the sea ice and clouds, and now it has disappeared. We are directly overhead of the island now, but no visibility. Heading is now 104 degrees, so we keep slightly turning toward the southeast, and we are now at 80 degrees 6 minutes of latitude, so we are close to ending our stay above 80. Watching a bunch of movie trailers, but then as we approached Svalbard, I had to pause and watch the scenery go on. Degrees 4 minutes. About traveled 3,758 miles from Newark. And there's a good shot of our location, having just passed the last island of Svalbard. Still 4,841 miles to Hong Kong. We're not even halfway there, but that's all right. I'm going to sleep soon. 10:52 a.m. Hong Kong time. Let me see what time I had calculated to try and go to sleep. That will be at 11:06. 45 minutes left in the flight, so basically I want to get ready for bed and try and go to sleep with about 8 hours left in the flight, so I can try and get a full night's rest. I guess I won't be watching a movie because there's not going to be any time unless I happen to wake up early and not be able to sleep the whole 8 hours. Okay, and that's it. We just passed south of the 80th parallel, and this will be a good time for me to conclude this video segment. And I guess I'll just go get ready for bed now, because I'm not gonna have a chance to watch a movie in 15 minutes. So I'll finish watching the trailers, I guess. That way I'll have a list ready of any of the movies I want to watch on the flight home.